SOC 2 is one of the most popular cybersecurity frameworks in the world, and HITRUST is one of the most up-and-coming frameworks in the block. So, in this HITRUST versus SOC 2 video, we're going to cover everything you need to know about them, what they are, how they're different, and what you will need to know to get started with both. Let's start with HITRUST, given that it's probably the one you may not know as much about. And immediately, there's a problem, because HITRUST isn't actually the name of the framework. It's HITRUST CSF. HITRUST stands for Health Information Trust, and it's a private, not-for-profit organization that aims to champion programs that safeguard sensitive information and manage information risk for organizations across all industries and throughout the third-party supply chain. The CSF part of HITRUST stands for Common Security Framework. Super simply, CSF helps leverage the controls you've implemented for one security framework and map those common controls across other frameworks. HITRUST CSF was originally built on the HIPAA and HITECH Act, and over time started mapping controls from other frameworks on top of it. Frameworks like ISO 27001, PCI DSS, and even SOC 2. SOC 2 stands for System and Organization Controls and has been the de facto cybersecurity compliance framework for the tech industry for years. SOC 2 is especially popular in the US in no small part thanks to the body that developed it, the AICPA, the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants. The aim of SOC 2 is to help companies improve their cybersecurity posture and a provable way of communicating that to third parties. SOC 2 is founded on 5 basic tenets of cybersecurity, more commonly known as the trust service criteria. They are security, availability, processing integrity, confidentiality, and privacy. If you'd like to know more about them in detail, you can watch a video in the top right corner now. With that basic context set, let's discuss the differences between HITRUST and SOC 2. Number 1, the report. HITRUST gives you a certification, whereas SOC 2 gives you an attestation. Both are valuable, but in different ways. If you'd like to know more about that, link in the description. Number 2 is the type of reports. SOC 2 has 2 kinds of reports, a type 1 and a type 2. HITRUST similarly also has 2 kinds of reports, though they're called the I1 and the R2. Third, renewals. Regardless of whether you have a type 1 or a type 2 certificate, SOC 2 has to be renewed every year. HITRUST's I1 also has to be renewed every year, whereas an R2 has to be renewed once every 2 years. Now 4, who does the audit? SOC 2 audits are conducted by an AICPA certified public accountant, whereas CSF audits are conducted by a HITRUST approved external assessor. 5, industry. HITRUST works best for companies that operate in the healthcare space, whereas SOC 2 is ideal for tech companies and startups. Number 6, the structure. While SOC 2 has the 5 trust service criteria, HITRUST is divided into 19 domains. 7, the cost. SOC 2 can cost anywhere between $20,000 to $100,000. Given its expansiveness of its focus though, HITRUST is more expensive. Estimates for an I1 and R2 certification can range anywhere from $60,000 to $200,000. So, which should you get? HITRUST CSF or SOC 2? Or actually, do you have to choose at all? Both SOC 2 and HITRUST CSF are both great frameworks for improving your cybersecurity posture. So picking one will depend on your organization's needs and resources. If you're a tech startup that's just starting on your compliance journey and needs something customizable to your site, SOC 2 is the way to go. It's well recognized in the industry, suited for smaller companies, and is the de facto standard for cybersecurity in the US. If you're a company in the healthcare sector or you manage large amounts of PHI, HITRUST CSF may be of more value to you. And don't just take my word for it. According to the HITRUST Alliance, over 80% of hospitals, health systems, and health plans use the CSF to achieve their security goals. CSF is also broader in scope, boasting significantly more controls, though the cost associated with that could be prohibitive for small and medium businesses. That being said, you don't actually have to choose between the two. You could get both. And it's easier than you think, courtesy of a HITRUST AICPA collaboration, which allows CSF to map to SOC 2's trust service criteria. There's 2 kinds of reports you can get under this collaboration. The first is called SOC 2 plus HITRUST CSF, which is conducted by an AICPA accredited public accountant, but doesn't give you the full HITRUST certification. The second is called SOC 2 plus HITRUST CSF plus CSF certification, which requires a CPA firm that's an approved CSF auditor that's registered with the HITRUST Alliance, which gives you both the SOC 2 and CSF certification. If you want to get compliant with SOC 2, ISO 27001, HIPAA, and more, Sprinto can help. By digitizing and automating the compliance process, Sprinto helps companies get compliant faster and more effectively, and empowers them to stay that way too, all year round, instead of just during an audit cycle. Companies just like yours that get SOC 2 compliant with Sprinto save up to 80% of their time, effort, and cost during the compliance process. Learn more by visiting sprinto.com or booking a demo with our SOC 2 experts from the link below. If you found this video, remember to like and subscribe, or better yet, share the video with somebody that you know that would find it useful too. As always, if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. We'll get back to you as soon as possible.